Hello, everyone. 5 years before, I was here on the stage of TEDxTokyo. Today, I would like to share last 5 years, what was happening, including my personal life. I have never shared anyone before. So at that time, it was really chaotic time with discussion in mass media and or social media or in the government because triple disaster only a few months before happening at that time. As you know, at that time, the big earthquake happened March 11th, 2011, followed by big tsunami, flash over, and a large number of victims, and also unexpected nuclear disaster happened, brought unknown nuclear risk and as well as unknown radiation health risk. Unknown is very much scary and mixed message about nuclear threat that broken down public core trust toward authority or the establishment in the Japanese. I have started career as educated nuclear scientist as engineer, worked for nuclear industry, and worked for nuclear regulatory authority as well as nuclear division in the electricity monopoly. But soon after, I changed my life from nuclear community advocate to creating sustainable energy society, because I soon realized or noticed that nuclear power never bring us to a sustainable future. Since I was a few experienced expert in this field, sustainable energy, and also because only a week after the March 11 disasters, I proposed clear pathway toward sustainable energy future without nuclear in a short and long run. Suddenly, I was in a spotlight. I was a kind of point of like a lighthouse in Japan in a dark or chaotic atmosphere, lacking trust and future vision. 5 years after now, people realize we can function well without nuclear, and that previously supplied 1/4 or 1/3 of Japanese power by intensive electricity savings as well as a massive solar deployment. Ironically, in the morning of March 11, 2011, the renewable energy law, so-called feed-in tariff, was agreed by the cabinet office to pass over the parliament. On that same afternoon, triple disaster happened. So that is really tipping point of the current Japanese, the solar booming. Now we are reaching the world third, and this year was second solar countries. So it's a huge rapid solar booming. And such change is rapidly happening. And my Twitter followers 100 times jump up after March 11th. And I had got a rush of TV interview or newspaper interview or radio interview, one after another. I was appointed various government committee members and also mayors or governors, advisors, and also Mr. Masayoshi Son. He is one of the richest IT persons. He was so shocked to see Fukushima nuclear disaster. He asked me to launch a world top-level renewable foundations, and I did. Also, at that time, the nuclear was the top political agenda. I was invited for the candidate of the governor of Yamaguchi, where at that time nuclear was top political issue, as well as the current our Prime Minister Shinzo Abe came from. I had run the governor election campaign, but I was defeated. And soon after, I was also invited for the new party establishment for the nuclear phase out and ran the political campaign to become a national representative. And I was defeated again. I was defeated in 2 elections within a few months. I lost almost everything. Money, of course, all the positions in the government, local government and national government positions, and also the media attentions, which were very much supportive to driving change, alternative energy. Even I lost the positions of the foundation I created. I felt like Steve Jobs being kicked out from Apple. It was one moment I really understand or realize the importance of my close friends, of my family. But all of a sudden, I had plenty of time to pursue my curiosity and started the explore Japan from north to south and from west to east. This is Hokkaido, and this is Fukushima sake brewer, and this is Shizuoka, and this is Takarazuka, and this is Shikoku Tokushima. So I met many variety of the local people, the farmers and fishermen and teachers and engineers, NGOs, bakers, and fish cake owners, or sushi restaurant assistants, or Japanese sake brewers, etc. I have heard their voice, and I joined the discussions. I work with them to starting their community power. So now there are 200 community power come up with all over Japan last 5 years. So even more, on behalf of defeated Yamaguchi Prefecture governor, I got, through my Yamaguchi local friends, I got my personal Japanese sake. This is not for commercial available. This is pure organic Japanese sake. Might be better than governor's position, I guess. So this is brewed as so-called Sora Sakagura. Is the community solar on it in Yamaguchi. So looking at global, now we have the date of the explosive growth of solar and wind and renewables, and especially last decade. And the Fukushima disaster happened just in the middle of that explosive change. So this is kind of a wake-up call to us. Must be turning point. And also this explosive change is, another aspect is the structural change, is from top-down, big, monopolistic, large scale to a small, large number of local, distributed, bottom-up, and democratic directions. Such change for the future is rising from the local, from the edge, from the people, and who are choosing. That soon be a norm, and it is happening. So my feeling of loss turned into deep understanding, power of the people, which can change the world. I have a confidence how society can change. So now solar is getting cheaper and cheaper, and now the most recent record is less than 3 cents per kilowatt hour in UAE and Chile. It's much, much cheaper than nuclear and fossil fuel. And we are now moving ahead. The energy is being free. And solar is abundant. We have 100 times supply solar, the energy we consume globally each day. The solar is clean and eternal and inexhaustible and shining everywhere you are. So please choose the solar and renewable energy as community powers, as what time you can start. Thank you for listening.